in Minnesota. I'm your host, Alan Tracy.
I'm Rahana Power.
And today we are talking about what we've watched in 2024, Rahana.
Yeah, there was so much of like, watch the Oscar movies as much as possible, which, it's almost impossible to watch every single one. But we did so much of that's really all that we've focused on or talked about. And I mean, I hadn't realized how much else I've watched, like between movies and shows and comedy series, which I didn't even think about. You mentioned the other or earlier, and outside of those movies, and it's only been like a few months in, so it's kind of crazy. I'm excited to hear your list too, and then hear your thoughts on some of my list. Um, but
Same.
first, this happened. This happens to me all the time, but it happened last night, and it was driving me bonkers. And I was thinking about it today, and it made me laugh. And I was like, I wonder if this is a common thing. Like, I want to know if you have this happen or not, or like to this degree, or if this is just my ADHD brain sometimes going, guess what we're going to do now, even though you don't want to. This. Okay, so I I think everybody at some point in time, whether it's common or like frequent or not, it gets songs like stuck in their head. And
Yeah.
a lot of times it's like you hear a song on the radio, whether you like it or not, it's catchy and it just stays there, or
hmm
even like really bad jingles.
Yeah.
But I noticed over the last few months that most of the songs that get stuck in my head um, are actually like really old, like songs from like cartoons. Like I like the Gaston song from Beauty and the Beast. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Beauty and the Beast. I have no idea. But that song, for whatever reason, every now and again will just pop in my head. And I only remember, like, to make it worse, I only remember like a verse and the chorus. And so it's just that. And because like I can't finish the song out in my brain, it's just that on repeat and repeat and repeat and then I'm like imagining the cartoon characters. But again, it's just this little part, and it drives me insane. I'm like, there's no reason for it. And last night it happened at about it had to have been like midnight. I was trying desperately to fall asleep. I was so close. And all of a sudden, the theme song to DuckTales pops in my head. And it's just like uh I don't even remember all the words now. But it's like da 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 here in Duckburg. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. It's like da 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 da. It's a
hmm
duck world. No, like we're not doing this. I'm done. Like it's bedtime. Also, I haven't watched the show since I was a child. Like it's not happening. Like, might be a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, oh woo. And then as soon as you go
Oh,
to woo, you're in. Like you can't be like, no, I don't want to like play the song in my head anymore because then it's awesome. And so then I'm just stuck in this loop for about an hour, and I'm like, I can't. Like, why? It's infuriating. But it's always songs like that where you haven't heard it in like 2 decades. It's from like a children's movie, and it's only like part of the song.
hmm
Drives me bonkers.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you, or is that weird?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have that with Rescue Rangers actually. Their theme
That's
song.
hilarious. Oh my God.
Occasionally that'll pop in there, like when I'm going to grab a snack or something, it's just like the Rescue
Do
Rangers
it.
song. No.
I don't
Um,
remember. I don't remember that. Now I want to like look it up, but then it's
yeah,
gonna get
go
stuck in
ahead.
my head. No, it's gonna get stuck in my head then.
Go ahead, Rahana. Walk over this plank here.
Let me just push.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, that makes me feel a little better because it's nonstop. There was a song that happened with the other day, but it was really irritating me. like the song itself. And I couldn't remember what it was, and I was trying really, really hard to remember. And then I realized, like, if I do remember, it's just going to be restuck in my head, which is going to piss me off. But not remembering pissed me off, and so it was just a really weird line. I was like, kind of trying to balance. It was so dumb, but yeah. All of a sudden, I was like, maybe that's weird. Maybe it's not normal to have songs from, the 80s and 90s just pop in there. And not even songs, like children. Yeah. Anyway. So
Yeah, or like the Star Wars, like some of those songs
yeah.
are pretty memorable.
Mm-hmm.
A little when you're driving fast or something. I don't know, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Or
um,
like the Full House theme song. Like you're just like, wait a second. What? Gargoyles? Like just yeah. Anyway.
no, not
No?
those. No,
Oh,
but it reminds me of Inside Out when they have that song
yeah.
that keeps popping up
Yep.
because it's like from a gum commercial or something. So
Yes. So good.
yeah,
Oh,
it's just a jingle.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we kind of divided things into movies and other, like TV specials, miniseries, you name it, whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
So like a movie's a movie, but then you have others.
Yeah. The other levels of entertainment.
hmm Um, gosh, okay. Where do you want to begin? Movies or shows? Which one?
Um, oh, that's a good question. My shows list is shorter,
Okay.
but I don't know about your. And I should say I have shows and the comedy specials split up. Although it's still probably shorter overall. So I mean we could start there,
Okay.
but that's up to you. All right. Um, so I there for me there's a lot. Shouldn't say a lot. There's a few like rewatches. Um, like The Office, we watch every night basically, either as we're eating dinner
hmm
or because we don't have a kitchen table, because we don't have a dining room, so we just watch it on TV. Because I know people are going to be like, "Why do you watch stuff and you eat dinner? That's weird." Um,
TV dinner.
and right, yeah, and uh, and
You
sometimes we're
remember TV
watching
dinners?
36. I still do it. It's fine. But I don't do TV dinners, but we watch TV. What? Yes. Um, or we'll watch like an episode right before bed. So and now on Peacock they have um the like extended versions, the fan versions, and so there's even more like new funny shit. So it's great. But and then New Girl, I just rewatched that recently for like the fifth time. So there's that. Um, but so there's some things that I've been watching that I sort of like I didn't catch up or catch on to until later. So I'm behind the times on it. But Righteous Gemstones on HBO,
hmm
so funny. Like I had no interest in it, and Jer started watching an episode. Honestly, it's how a lot of the things that I watch go. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to watch this, so he'll start, and then I'll be like, oh wait, this is interesting. Um, that's how it went, and then I was hooked. And
hmm
yeah, so funny. The Watchmen show,
Very good.
I again had no interest in it. He started watching episode one, and I was like, I mean, I do love Regina King. So
It, yeah,
yeah,
it's so good. I remember watching when it first came out, and that Oklahoma episode, it
yes,
was like, oh my God, it's like
yeah. And
Tulsa burning.
I didn't know really anything about Watchmen. I had
hmm
seen the movie before, and that's actually on my movie list. I had seen the movie before, way back in the day. All I remember was I didn't like it. And so I went into this like not really having, just knowing I don't like Watchmen, knowing nothing about it. I don't know the characters, I don't know the comics, nothing. And so I was constantly like, wait, Jer, who's that? Wait, what do they do? Wait, how does this work? He's like, could you just watch? Um, like just pay
I
attention.
get it though. I
And
understand. I
yeah,
was like that too. I'm like, I need to watch it again or
yeah,
buy I do want to buy the physical media, but if they
yeah.
make a 4K,
You would think so. It was just a couple years ago.
Right.
But yeah. And so I'd find myself like after we watch an episode, I'd be like Googling like more about certain characters and like that kind of thing. And it was so, so good. Um, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building with Steve Harvey, Martin Short, Selena Gomez. It is
Oh, Steve Harvey's in that?
fantastic. Yeah, it's
Oh.
so good. Um, it's so, so good. And like each season they have so in the first season they have Holly from The Office. It's the only thing I know her as. In the second season, they had other famous people. I can't even remember off the top of my head right now. In the third season, they have Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd. And I'm sorry, what? Like, are you kidding? Oh, and Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy. I'm like, it's a fantastic show. It's so fun and it's funny and it's great. Tina Fey's in it. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm loving that. I watched, oh God, I mean, I watched the Harry and Meghan like series, the 3-part series on Netflix, and it broke my heart and made me fall in love with them even more. Um,
Yeah.
this is one
I've
I don't know if you watched it, but if not, you should. The Fall of the House of Usher.
mhm.
It's on
I heard
Netflix.
about it.
I don't like scary things. I think that we have gone over that multiple times on this.
Right.
It is amazing. It's so good. It's amazing. It's scary. It's kind of terrifying, and it's based on Edgar Allan Poe stories. Um, is like I think that the Fall of the House of Usher is one of his stories, and then all of the other stories that he has are like embedded into each episode, which is really cool.
Hmm.
But it's so good. Highly recommend. Um, this is one I know that you've watched, True Detective Night Country.
Yep, that's on my
What
list
did
here too.
what did you think of that?
It was very different than the other True Detectives.
Hmm.
More, uh, not sci-fi, but definitely more horror elements and or thriller elements and supernatural, if you will, sort of things.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
that really wasn't, to my recollection, was in the first at least two episodes or seasons.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
I don't really remember the second season, if I'm being
I
honest. I
mean, I
just
liked
remember the
it.
first and third. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember. I mean, it's a short season too,
Yeah.
um, but
It
I
felt
did
like
like
it.
it.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it too. Um, I know I think that I had read a lot of negative reviews of it before we started it, but it's just never a good idea because then
Hmm.
it puts you in this weird mindset of expecting things.
Yeah,
Um, and
and you
it,
should have your own opinion about things
yeah,
when you watch them.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like you shouldn't go into it already kind of like pre-programmed.
right.
Um, or like at a point where they're trying to pre-program you, and so you're like,
Hmm.
no, I'm gonna love it anyway. Like, you know.
Right.
But I actually kind of, it's funny because nobody else that I've talked to feels this way, but I kind of felt like there were some similarities between season one and this season because there was like the weird ritualistic, um, like not um, like creepy uh
Yeah.
type like vibe to it, and it had like a lot more suspense to me than, again, I don't remember season two, but then season three, like there was so much suspense in each moment of them trying to find things and catch things and figure out where did the tongue come from.
Hmm.
Like all of that, that it did give me some of the same vibes, but they went about it in such a different way that I thought it was a creative spin trying to bring in the same type of like feel. Um, season
Yeah.
one is still the best season, and I think season three is the second best season, but I also really liked it.
I go one, then two. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Mhm. I think I need to rewatch two. I feel like I didn't give it enough of a chance, and that's why I don't remember it.
I remember the reviews were really bad about it, but when I
Yeah.
watched it, it was like it's not that bad. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
that far-fetched either. So I guess I don't know.
Right.
Um,
Um.
yeah, that it's funny watching it. I watched Night Country with a friend, and there's always just weird little comments you come up with, when you're talking
Yeah.
about it. And it's like,
Yep.
okay, just
Yeah.
wait. They're gonna get to it. You don't have
Right.
to be like, why aren't they
Yes.
showing us this? It's like,
Yeah. Like
it's like,
that's the point.
yeah, well, it's
Even if you want it.
supposed to keep you intrigued, so you
Yes.
keep watching.
Exactly. Yes. Um.
Anyways,
I so we also watched. We haven't watched all of it. We've only watched a couple of episodes, but um, that Scott Pilgrim like cartoon series
hmm
on Netflix. Did you watch any of that?
no, not
Okay.
yet. I
It's
I
cool.
I've kept Netflix at like
That's
once in a
right.
while
Yeah,
subbing. So,
which makes sense. It it's cool. Like it's all the same actors and everything doing the voices, which is awesome. But it's not, it doesn't follow the movie exactly. Like it has a twist and then it kind of diverts and goes into, which is really neat. But we've only watched a couple episodes and then we kind of got diverted into other shows and stuff. Um,
yeah. Have
yeah.
you watched Bookie on Max?
No, I don't know that I've
Check
heard
that
of
out.
it.
It's a good one. It's a comedy series about bookies.
Oh,
Sebastian Maniscalco, and yeah,
okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
he's a bookie in LA, so it's pretty funny.
Interesting. What was your like what a couple of your favorite shows that you watched this year so far? Even if it was a rewatch.
Gosh, I watch so many shows here. I'll
Yeah.
just go through the laundry list. Uh, well, the most recent watch right now I'm on is Halo. Um,
Ooh, yeah.
Very good. The second season is better than the first season, even.
I've heard that.
First
Yeah.
season is good. It just kind of sets it up, but second season, it's like I don't know what happened, but they just like flipped a switch, and it was like,
Yeah.
"Here's your money."
I
I'm
like it.
like, where was the money the first season? No,
Right?
but it's got Pablo Schreiber, Liev Schreiber's brother, in it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I didn't
he's
know
a
he had a
tall
brother.
man. Yeah, just like his brother. So,
Yeah.
but he's taller than his brother. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, he's the main character. Um, 117. Very good second season so far. I'm starting to get into season two right now, but the quality of it looks great. A
Mhm.
lot of Star Trek.
I suppose
Uh,
that's all on Paramount Plus though, right?
yes, that's why.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
Strange New Worlds, excellent. Especially cinematography and the lens
Yeah.
package they use for it. I looked into that. It's like, why does this look so good? It's like, what is this? I
You're
had
like
to know.
suspicious of it. Like, wait a
Yeah.
second.
So Star Trek Discovery, Next Generation, that sort of thing I've been watching.
Yeah.
Talk about comfort shows
Yep.
like
Have you
Frasier.
watched Picard?
Yes, Picard I watched last year.
Is it good? I haven't. We don't have Paramount Plus, but I
Yeah, I like season
love.
one and three. I think I like three the best, but
Okay.
then yeah, season one and then season two is like eh. But
Okay.
they did film it during the pandemic, so
Yeah.
um let's see, Broad City, that's kind of like that one's just a fun comedy
Hmm.
show. The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow, that's on Max.
Oh yeah. I wanted to watch that. I completely forgot about that.
It's like The Office, only it's this star who is like washed up, or a comedian star,
Okay.
actress.
And
So
she's
Lisa
hilarious.
Kudrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey. You'd be nice to Phoebe.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's like, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but they made two seasons
Okay.
and like 10 years apart from each other or something.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, it's pretty interesting. Uh, Mayor of Kingstown, I watched.
Mm,
Dexter New Blood. Dirk Gently, I just started watching. It's a
I don't think I've.
BBC America one with Elijah
Okay.
Wood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. WandaVision, because I got the Steelbook.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Entourage. The new Frasier. Comfort watches for me were like Community, Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
and the IT Crowd.
Mm-hmm. So good. What about comedy specials
Oh, comedy specials. Well,
and
since
stand
we're
up?
wrapping up TV here,
Yeah.
we'll go to our ad, so we'll be right back. All right, don't miss the ninth Short Film Festival and Food Drive at the Woodbury 10 Sunday, March 24th at 5 p.m.
We have Nathan Block here to tell us all about this exciting event that he is going to be hosting. Nathan, can you tell us more here?
Well, thanks for having me on. Yeah, this is going to be the ninth year of our Short Film Festival and Food Drive. It's local filmmakers coming together to support a local charity. We're going to put all of our films together into a 90-minute program, a lot of short films. We've got comedy, we've got horror, we've got action, we've even got a documentary this year. And admission to see all of our work is only two canned goods. All of the foods we collect will go to the open cupboard emergency food shelf, which will be present at the event. And then you can enjoy an evening of local cinema in exchange for your food. And it's all for charity. And this is our ninth big year. We would love to have you as a part of it. It's going to be a great night.
All right. So, everyone, don't forget Sunday, March 24th at 5 p.m. at the Woodbury Theater.
And we're back. Uh, so, specials, because we love comedy.
Love comedy.
Gosh,
Stand up.
yeah, stand up.
Yeah. Love
I did watch the Kims of comedy. Kims.
it. Kim's.
Yeah. So like Bobby Lee,
Hmm.
Ken Jeong,
Oh,
Joe
I need to
Coy.
watch that.
So
Joe
yeah,
Coy. Yep.
yep.
His special's really good.
But this is when they were like just starting out together and
Oh,
in the
okay. I need to watch that.
like 2000 era,
Yeah.
Mad
Wow.
TV era, because that's how young Bobby Lee looks. So
Yep.
um, let's see, Danny Cho, Liquor Store Baby, Lewis Black. I rewatched some of his like Black to the Future and Thanks for Risking Your Life. Titus, Amerigeddon. That was pretty good. Sebastian Maniscalco, Aren't You Embarrassed? Jim
Always.
Gaffigan, Noble Ape, Quality Time. I just watch his over
Oof.
and over wherever I
Yeah.
can.
Yes. I haven't watched his new one. Is that his new one?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Quality Time is newer than Noble Ape, I know.
Okay. I haven't watched his new one. I need to because I'm sure that it's
I feel like there is a
hysterical.
new one, yeah, somewhere.
There is. I don't remember what it's on or what it's called, but there's a new one
He,
somewhere.
him and his wife, yeah, just they're doing it, they're just
Yeah.
one special after the next.
It's like they're kids. They're just like, why stop?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
They're excellent at it. Keep going.
Yeah. Um, Jim Gaffigan. Oh, Tom Papa, Freaked Out, and Human Mule. Eliza Schlesinger, Freezing Hot. That was these are mostly rewatches. Tom Papa, I think those two were new to me this time around.
Mhm.
Samantha Hale, who is like the daughter of I think it was Alan Hale, the guy from Gilligan's Island, who played the skipper.
Oh,
Her special is called Only Happy When It's Raining Men.
so good.
And JJ Barrows, Doodle All Day.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So that's, oh, one more. Rory Scovel. Oh, excuse me, a few more. Rory Scovel's new special on Max. If you haven't seen his Netflix special, watch that first.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Um, Dimitri Martin, stand-up comedian, and Todd Berry, super crazy.
Nice. Okay. I I know that I've watched more stand-up than this. Um, I just can't remember what the other stand-up that I've watched is. So this is a limited list, but Taylor Tomlinson, Have It All, and that was actually the show that we went to like
Yeah,
a year plus ago now.
yeah.
Um, and it was fun because the special has some different bits in it. So that was, and honestly, because it's been so long, I forgot so much of what was in there anyway. So it was hilarious. She can do no bad comedy. She's amazing. Um, I watched Pete Davidson's stand up because there was one joke in the like the trailer that made me laugh. And so I was like, all right. And then I watched it. There were a couple of really funny jokes. There was some really non-funny jokes. It was fine. Like I was on my phone some of the time and not paying attention. It was okay.
Oh,
Um,
you saying Taylor Tomlinson reminds me of After Midnight, so I did watch that
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yes, same. Although I've only seen one episode, but I want to catch up. Um, Especially since Chad Daniels and Kelsey Cook were just on it not too
Hmm.
long ago.
Yeah.
Uh, so you know that episode's going to be amazing. Um, but I watched Mike Birbiglia, The Old Man in the Pool. We love Mike Birbiglia in this household. Um, and it made us laugh like it always does. Hysterical.
That's
Um,
wild to hear about his health and everything.
I know that poor man has so many health issues. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and he kind of talks about that in the thing. Like, well, I've had this. He had this scare. He had that. Like he's gone through all of these like potentially life-threatening issues and scares and health things, and then his family history is like it's crazy. Um,
You're a comedian? You're a
right?
urologist? You're a doctor
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. So good. Um, but so yeah, watch that. Trevor Noah, Where Was I?
Hmm.
Which was I believe that's the one. Which was the stand-up that actually happened this past winter, I think, that he
Hmm.
was like on tour for recently. That it was the same night that we were going to see the How Did This Get Made podcast live
Oh,
show right across the street, and I didn't know that he was there, that he was here. And so we walked by and I was so sad. Don't get me wrong, the How Did This Get Made podcast live show was amazing and I'm so glad we went to it. But
yeah.
because like that's not something you can see on TV later. But yeah, like Trevor Noah was
Maybe with a
amazing. So
Patreon,
ooh,
huh?
maybe. Um, I watched the Matt Rife stand up. So that. I have been a huge fan of his like crowd interaction reels on Instagram and Facebook and stuff for like the last year plus or something like that, however long he's been doing that. Um, I thought they were hilarious, and they are. I didn't think they were hilarious. They are hilarious. And so I was certain that his actual stand-up was going to be fantastic. I almost bought tickets. My friend and I almost bought tickets to a show, which would have been a few $100s, which we didn't because it's just too much, but um we wanted to. And then I watched his special on Netflix and I was like, I'm really glad that I didn't do that. Um it just wasn't funny. Like I don't remember laughing at all, and if I did, it might have been like once or twice really quick. It just wasn't, yeah, it just wasn't very, it wasn't up my alley. I
Hmm.
don't know. Um,
Who's Matt Rife? I'm sorry.
oh, you're good. I mean, he's newer. Like this is his first special that he's done.
Hmm.
Um, and I think he became like big all of a sudden just because of his reels, because like they've been popping up on people's
Okay.
social medias and like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
but
know him.
Um,
All
and
right.
there's another comedian, and I mean, he's a few specials in. He's hysterical. I love him. Uh, and I suddenly cannot remember his name, and I didn't write it down because I just thought of it. I can't believe that I can't think of his name. It's gonna hit me later, and I'm just gonna like interrupt us and say it. But I think he had a special that I watched this year too. I can't I can't remember his name. He had in like his one of his first specials, he has a joke about going to Starbucks and he orders coffee with
Yeah.
cream, but they think he's saying coffee or they think he's saying coffee whipped cream, and he's saying with cream. And so they go back and forth about it, and then he ends up with
Mm.
a coffee with whipped cream on it, and then and it literally makes me cry. Um, because I'm laughing so hard. Like it's a phenomenal joke. I'm clearly not a stand-up comedian, but um yeah,
But she plays one on this podcast. No.
Nate Nate Bargatze.
Yeah. No,
Yes,
his
I know.
wasn't his iced coffee. He asked
Mm-mm.
for iced coffee.
Oh, iced coffee with cream. Yeah, iced coffee
Oh,
with
I
cream.
see. Okay.
And they give him iced coffee whipped cream,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think is what it is.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I
But
remember the iced coffee part.
it's hilarious. So funny.
Did you see the
Um,
one where he was outside? It was
yeah,
like during
during the
COVID time.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
So
it's
good.
like the choppers are going overhead. Did you hear that? You know, like he's making that whole
Yeah.
joke, like he'd do
Yep.
that again inside.
I love it.
And he's
So they
like,
came up with new math. Yeah.
he's
He's
like,
hilarious.
he's like hearing a helicopter coming in. It's like,
Yeah.
do you guys hear that?
It's like
It's coming.
recording
He's
this
coming
was
up.
not so good. Um, but yeah, we watched one of his specials this year too. So
Nice.
I mean, comedy's amazing.
Yeah, I do like Nate Bargatze.
Ragazzi,
Bargatze.
I think. I'm assuming. I don't know. But um, yeah. So movies. There's been
Yeah. Oscar movies we did go through.
yeah.
So let's start there. Is there anything you want to talk about within the, because we already did a full Oscar episode, so we
Yeah.
don't necessarily need to go over those unless you have
I
something to say.
No, I feel like I kind of said everything that I needed to say in that episode.
Okay.
I'm
I
pretty.
did watch Barbie with the director
Ooh,
commentary,
yeah.
though.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend listening to that if you're into the whole filmmaking side of things too,
Yeah.
because she goes over a lot of interesting things about the film too. So,
I believe it.
and there's not enough time. Like she could keep going on, but it's just like that's the
Hmm.
end of the movie. It's like, no, say more.
Where did you watch that?
It's either part of the like disc that you buy,
Oh, okay.
physical media, or HBO does have the director commentary one, or
Oh, they
Max,
do?
whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, HBO. I still call it. I have things flagged on here as HBO. It's always
Yeah.
HBO.
All right.
Um,
So that's the Oscars. Barbie.
yeah.
Wasn't that fun last night?
Right? Past night.
So what do
Okay.
you think about
Um,
Oppenheimer winning Best Picture?
I think that Rage.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of other movies that we watched. Some of them were rewatches.
because
Um,
of physical media with me, or
Yep.
well, I guess streaming too, but
Yeah. A lot
who
of
wants
mine
to
was
do
streaming.
that?
Right. I mean, a lot of mine was streaming, and again, a lot of my rewatches were honestly Jer starting to watch something, and then I would just be like, "Oh, I forgot about this movie." Like we watched the Flintstones, the John Goodman Flintstones. When was the last time any of you saw that movie? Um,
I think I saw that on or it was like in the Max queue, maybe. I don't
something,
know.
yeah. I don't even remember where we watched it. But Step Brothers, the other guys, you know,
Mhm.
yeah. We did rewatch the Dune Part 1,
Oh,
but
okay.
that's because we actually went and saw Dune Part 2.
Ooh,
All, all
someone's
thumbs
being
up.
relevant.
Yeah, I know, right? All thumbs up. I thought it was fantastic. I really, 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 really want them to make Dune Part 3, which it sounds like they're probably gonna do, based on book
Probably.
2. Yeah.
I
Um,
think it's a done deal, but okay.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just like a like more than likely thing. I don't know.
Yeah. They're
Which is
why
good
would
because
they
I
stop it at two? Is it like over at the end of two, obviously, then? Is that what you're saying?
know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like,
So why would they like
well,
leave it hanging?
because that's how the second or the first book ends.
Oh, I see.
That's why.
Okay.
But which, by the way, is fucking stupid. Like, it's a stupid way to end a book, I think. Although apparently they ended it. The ending
Right.
is a little different than the book ending.
How many books are there? Do you
I
know?
don't know. I think there's a lot. There's probably like 3 um
Okay.
Dune books. But yeah, I'd oh God, there's so many. 6, 8, 15, 26. There are 26 Dune books. Uh, wait. Okay, this says how to read all 26 of the Dune novels, and then this says complete Dune series, 6 books. Anywhere between 6 and 26. That's not a giant range at all. No. There's definitely not misinformation on the internet. But it
Okay.
the way that they ended it was very the way the book ends, but the way especially that they ended it because it was a little different than the book, was very intriguing. And it really is like a drop off, and it makes you want to know what happens next. So yeah, I will say that I spoiled the movie for myself, Dune 2. Um, I knew nothing about like I didn't watch the original Dune. I've never read the books. I've heard they're incredibly dry and boring. Um, and and so I didn't know anything of what to expect. And I was reading oh, I think I looked up on our way to the theater like is there going to be a Dune 3 or something? And it was like that's where it said like there probably is depending on XYZ or something like everyone wants to. And then it all of a sudden was like and Dune 3 would take place would be like book 2. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. That's good to know. This covers book 1, not going into the rest of the story." And then it was like which takes place X years after X person is X thing. And I was um, so that happens in this movie then? Like I ruined the end of the movie for myself
Okay.
on the
So,
way to the film. And
wait,
I'm not
what?
gonna, yeah, like
Oh,
on the way to the film is when I looked up, will there be a Dune 3? Because I was just
yeah,
curious,
yeah.
like,
Right.
and the freaking explanation just like basically said like what the end of the movie is, and then that's how Dune 3 would start. And I was like, cool, that's great. Guess I don't need to go to the theater then. It's phenomenal. But having said that, highly recommend. I thought it was excellent. Very, very good. I have no idea if you have to pee. It's almost 3 hours. No idea when you should do it. Because I
Mm,
got up the moment that I thought I finally had a chance.
yeah.
And as soon as I walked out the door, apparently something big happened and I got back and I was like, what in the absolute hell is going on? So good luck with that. Uh, but yeah, so lots of rewatches for
So
me
it
this
does
week. How
say
about
there are
you?
6 books in the main series.
Okay.
Dune, just
Yeah.
called Dune, and that's where I guess they should stop. If
Yeah.
there's 6 books, my God, you know.
Right.
Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapter House Dune. That's 6.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
I think
at least
Heretics
the
of Dune
first two are
sounds
good.
boring.
Yeah.
The
At least
Heretics.
the first two are good. I'll go with that. I
Okay.
assume the third one will be good.
Well, I
Especially
mean
with the
books, not
twist that they have.
movies.
Oh
Books,
no,
not
I know, but
yeah.
like if they keep going through the series, we at least know the first two are good and the third one I assume should be good. and then we'll go from there. But what were some of the like rewatches on your end so far?
Well, like yours, I have a Zach Galifianakis, The
Yeah.
Campaign, Will Ferrell.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, let's see. Oh, a lot of like name people in there. I was like, oh, he's from Succession, or oh, that's where they got him. It's like Adam
Yeah.
McKay worked with them already. Okay, I get it.
I love making
Um,
those like finding those things where it's like, oh my God,
yeah,
they work together on this and this.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
Brian Cox is like, well, he plays basically the same guy in Succession. So,
Yep.
I watched Riddick, uh, Beetlejuice, The Big Sick. If you are a comedy fan, you have to watch The Big
Yes.
Sick.
Okay.
Um, it's like a prerequisite. You should be watching that. Um,
And that's with Kumail.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's on my list. I wanted to see it and I haven't yet.
And yeah, there's a really good thing in there about heckling for comedians because it's like, even in Rory Scovel's special here, he he made a little joke about it because someone technically heckled during his set,
Mm,
and it's heckling's basically interrupting them when they're not asking
yeah.
you during crowd work. They would
Yeah.
purposely direct their question to you if
Yep.
that were the case. And he made this, there's this joke he does about like, you're rhetorical. It's like it was so good. It was just like if you didn't understand what he was talking about, you don't understand like what's happening. But
Mm,
anyways, that's watch The Big Sick to learn about that. Um,
okay.
and it's really fun because it is about stand-up comedy a bit too. So
Yeah.
um,
All right.
highly recommended. Very good movie. The Tunnel, Australian film. It's like a found footage type of film.
Okay.
Yeah. Overlord, that was World War II zombies sort of thing.
Okay.
Um, 2001 A Space Odyssey. Speaking of TV dinners,
I've never seen that.
yeah, well, it's you've seen it in the beginning of Barbie, so
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's
essentially.
those
And
references, but
Greta Gerwig watched it, so she obviously put that in there.
yeah.
Um, Sucker Punch and Scott Pilgrim the movie.
Nice.
So many stars in that. I'm
So
like,
many. It's chocked full.
yeah, like
Yeah.
every single character is like today someone, it's like Aubrey Plaza plays like a small role, and I'm like,
Yeah. And Anna
what?
Kendrick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick, yep.
I mean, you have Captain Marvel and Captain America in there. Come on.
Yeah. And
That's amazing.
the other Kieran Culkin from Succession too.
Yep. Hmm. It's so good.
Office Space. That was definitely
Yeah.
you need that when you're working sometimes.
Yes.
If you're
Yes.
overworked and underpaid, watch Office Space.
Which is everyone.
Yeah. um, Ace Ventura and Wayne's World, both of those.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Ace Ventura. We actually just watched Wayne's World probably the end of last year, but Ace
Yeah.
Ventura.
Do you remember you remember when he's like at his apartment and the landlord comes up?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because he's like jingling the keys. He's there to collect the rent or whatever. Ventura. He's like, yes, Satan? Oh, it's you, Mr. Chicken-Pants. I didn't
Okay,
see you there.
yes, I do remember that now that you say that. Yes.
You know who he is? He plays, I think it's, what's his name from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He's the guy in the wheelchair with the bell. Have you watched
I
Breaking
don't.
Bad?
I have. I mean,
He's
when.
the one that Gus has a big rivalry with originally,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
he's the one
yeah.
who offs Gus basically.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Man, what a
that's him
series. Oh,
in Ace
wow.
Ventura. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, The Woman King,
which
Operation
was last year the one that I was
The
raging
Snub.
about because it's so
Yeah,
good. So good.
I bought that in the 4K, so
Yeah, you
yeah.
did.
And Operation Fortune, it's Aubrey Plaza. If she has any physical
Okay.
media out there, I might be buying it.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Love her.
And I like all these, especially the ones that are on physical media, just the behind the scenes, the making of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just
Mhm.
really fun to watch. I did watch it for Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2
Oh,
recently.
nice. Hmm. I
And
especially like watching the bloopers on those serious movies
oh
if they
yeah.
have them, because then it's just like it's such a like kind of breath of fresh air after like the intensity and sometimes like the stress and just the tension, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh look, they're just a bunch of goofy friends. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
reset.
Yeah. But I loved like in that Kill Bill, they Quentin Tarantino and Uma Thurman, which he credits at the very end of the credits, is written by like the story by Q and U. So Quentin and Uma. So basically,
Oh, I love that.
and they worked
I
on
didn't
it
know that.
since yeah, and they worked on it since Pulp Fiction. So the
Wow.
idea was around since then. They went off and
That's
did other things
yeah.
before. Like he said, he was working on a war movie. I'm like, is he talking about Inglorious Bastards? I'm like,
Oh yeah.
and then he's like, well, then they went back to Kill Bill because that was on hold, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's interesting to
Wild.
hear about. So he was
It
working
is.
on Inglorious Bastards, but then paused that and went back to Kill Bill,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
But they talked about that since the early 90s. That's interesting.
That's wild.
Yeah. Just those little things you don't know about
Yeah,
that you pick up on from film history.
exactly.
Yeah, Beetlejuice. Did I say Beetlejuice already?
You did.
Okay. Cocaine Bear. I didn't say that.
I have to say, I'm so, so sad to admit that I have also seen that. I didn't see the very beginning, but I saw like two-thirds of it. Again, it's a movie that was on. I walked into the room. It was,
Yeah. What?
I was refusing to watch it, and then it happened to me anyway.
Have you seen Booksmart?
No.
Olivia Wilde's film.
Oh, yeah, no, I have not.
Okay. I like that film. Very good. Um, Big Tom Hanks.
Nope.
I like when he goes to the hotel and the guy just greets him with a belch.
I'll be honest, I've only seen bits and pieces of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, it was like a dollar deal at a half price books or something.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
The Flash. What do you
good
think
one.
about The Flash? Have you seen that?
I thought it was really good.
Okay,
I
good.
really, really liked it. Um, but honestly, I'm pretty easy to entertain when it comes to superhero movies. Um, I have the Marvels on mine. We finally watched it on Disney
It's
Plus
in
once it
my
was on there,
queue. Yeah.
and everyone shit on that movie so hard. We thought it was great. Both of us thought it was great. It's like this is super good.
They just didn't go to see it, I think. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's
people
people were affected by reviews. There you go.
Yes, people honestly did the exact same thing with the first Captain Marvel movie. They didn't see it. It was before it even came out, and they started shitting on it and giving it terrible reviews because I don't know why. Something about like Brie Larson being the main character and it being like a female centric superhero something, and they just
Hmm.
shit all over it. And they did the exact same thing with this. They're like, it's terrible. It's the worst comic book movie ever made. And like they just did the same thing with Madam Web,
Yeah.
where
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
they're like, it's the
That
worst movie ever made. I'm like, you know what? I think it looks good, so I'm gonna see it. I bet I like it. I bet
I
everybody
will. I will
watching
watch
it.
it. It's
Yeah.
like 30% rotten or whatever.
It could be five, and I'm sure that I'll
Yeah.
still like it.
I'll
Like
still
it's
watch it. I
Dakota
may not
Johnson.
like it, but
Yeah.
I I did read one where it was like the worst film I've ever seen, and I absolutely love it
Yeah,
or something. I was just like, this
yeah,
is hilarious. I need to see this.
yeah. I'm
Just
certain
for
that
the
I'm gonna like
comedy
it.
alone, comedy material
Right.
alone.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But
I did
yeah.
watch Please Don't Destroy the Treasure of, what is this? What's it called? Of Foggy Mountain?
What?
Yeah. Conan O'Brien's in that. He helped produce this film too.
Oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, is that on Hulu?
I think it's Peacock.
It might be
I
Peacock.
I think it's
Uh,
Peacock, yeah.
I think Jer wants to see that, and I was like, nah, fam, I'm out. Yeah, because it's the guys from SNL, like the writer guys who do those little bits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I think
that's
you're
right.
right.
It's
I don't
them.
know.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I just saw it and I was like, all right, because they were pushing it pretty hard on me since they know my algorithm is comedy based,
Comedy,
sort of. Yeah.
crazy comedy.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he likes all the comedy. Give him this, you know.
Yes.
The
Oh my God.
Family Plan with Mark Wahlberg. This was like The Marvels, one of those films that was released during the strike, so they couldn't really advertise it. It went direct to
What?
Apple TV. So,
What's it about? The family. Oh, is that the one where he's
retired
a
agent.
retired assassin thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I remember seeing the trailer for that. Okay.
Michelle Moynihan,
Yeah.
Maggie
Yep.
Q. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the new movies that you saw?
Ooh, well, dream scenario, A24.
Yeah.
Um, I did buy it
I
on physical media already, so it was like
That's
mine.
impressive.
Yeah,
Um, I hate Nicolas Cage. Like I just
I
hate
know
Nicolas
that.
Cage. Um, but man, that movie looks really good.
It
It
is.
does.
Uh,
I really want to see it.
do you have any interest in that Massive Talent one with Pedro
Pedro
Pascal?
Pascal.
Yeah.
I don't. I think it looks just like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I love Pedro Pascal with a passion. Um, but no, I refuse.
Okay.
I completely refuse. Another one that's on his list, not mine, which means I'll probably end up accidentally seeing it at some point. But
Well, I could lend you it if you need to. Um,
lend me dream scenario.
yeah.
Don't, because I'll have it for like three
Yeah,
years and
that's
it'll be a thing.
true.
Don't do it.
Until
Don't
we're
do it.
back recording live regularly.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do it.
What is it? You'll have to use the mail. No, don't use the mail. It'll damage everything.
Yes.
Oh, I watched Drugstore June, which was only at one theater in the Twin
Yeah.
Cities area, and that was Lakeville.
Wow. So we had talked about this last time a
Yeah.
little bit. I have negative interest in this. I think it just looks awful. Becca talked about it. What did you think now that you've seen it?
Yeah, now that I've seen it, I like it. It's not pretending to be bigger than it should be for anything. It's
Yeah.
not meant to be that type of film.
Hmm.
It's just meant to be kind of an encapsulated type of film. So, um, I appreciate it for what it was. It wasn't very independent film. So,
Hmm.
close to what you and I would make, basically,
Yeah.
but obviously with bigger comedy names in it.
Hmm.
So, but I liked
Okay.
it. I thought it was funny. I liked that I was in a crowd, like the crowd that was there, are into comedy too. So it was
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, okay, they appreciate the same comedy that they're trying to express here,
Hmm.
whether it hits or not, you know. So,
Okay.
but there are a lot of relatable parts to it. So,
Yeah. Okay. It's good to
how about you? What besides Dune 2,
know. Um,
Madam Web, did you see?
so no, but I want to. We're going to. I'm gonna see it. Um, Not yet though. So we watched. I actually missed one of my rewatches. Um, and this is non-surprising, but I rewatched Bullet Train again. Um, I've never seen a movie as many times as I've seen Bullet Train, and it's only been out for a
Do you
couple
have the
years.
steel book for that?
I believe so. I know we have it. I don't know if it's a steel book. It might be. I don't recall. We have a lot of steel books, but I don't remember if that's one of
Should
them.
look into that if it
Um,
isn't.
yeah, because God, I love that movie. It is, it, I feel pretty confident at this point saying that it's my favorite movie of all time.
Wow.
Which is big because have, I struggle with saying anything is my favorite movie, and I've had kind
Yeah,
of the same favorite movies for a long time. Um, I love everything about this movie, every single thing. And
that's interesting.
I've never watched a movie this many times before, and I just can't stop.
Okay, let's pause here for a moment. With Bullet Train. So, what is it about it that you love so much? What makes it a favorite?
I mean, one, the cast. It's like, first of all, the cast is amazing. Like, it's impressive. But on top of that, they are all perfect in their roles. They execute and embody these characters so perfectly. And all of these characters are just weird and silly and like blatantly flawed in one or many ways. And it's so hysterical. Um, but it has like just a little bit of everything. Like it has sad moments and terrorizing moments and hilarious moments and like almost slapstick moments and just it has it all. And it does such an like effortlessly smooth job of telling its story with a couple of bounces here and there of like uh shooting back to such and such year, showing what happened and then bouncing back. But and then there's like so many moments of the like who done it kind of thing where it's you don't know who this person is until they want you to know, and you don't see it coming. You don't see it coming. You never see it coming. You don't see Bad Bunny coming until all of a sudden the door opens,
Yeah,
Brad Pitt's about to step off, and then he's right there, and then boom, the story continues.
right.
And then you don't see like it's just so perfectly fluid. Like everything about it, I think, is just done perfectly. And I appreciate it so much. And it's just nonstop entertaining. There's not a moment where I am like, okay, like I'm excited for the next thing. Like I'm just like, no, I'm excited for this moment because this moment is just as good as the next moment and the moment after. And I friggin' love it. I
Have
love
you
it.
tried those peas that he ate in the
No,
car train? I
no,
think what are they? What are those? I have some. They're like green, right?
you do? Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Anyways, okay, you haven't.
I have not, but maybe I should.
Try some at Target, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I did pick some up because like, what are those like?
right.
Because if
Yeah,
it's common like in Japan, then it's like, oh.
yeah. Um,
Um,
but yeah, so that was
the Bullet
my
Train, interesting.
yeah, that was my rewatch. That's non-surprising.
So it's
Um,
like a top five film for you.
no, I would say it's my number one.
Oh wow.
I would say it is my favorite movie of all time. Like, like it's above Moneyball, and that is saying something because y'all know
Okay.
how much I love Moneyball.
Yeah.
Um, I
Hmm.
mean, it's my team. It's baseball. It's also Brad Pitt. I think I have a thing about that.
Yeah, you do.
The score is fabulous in Moneyball. Like it's just wonderful. It's definitely my top five. But I like Bullet Train more. Like if both of them were about to be on TV, I would watch Bullet Train. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
Like,
think oh, it's wasabi peas. That's what it is.
there you go. Yeah,
Yeah. There wasabi is a required or acquired taste, I'll say.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I feel like I've heard that.
although they use wasabi to like sanitize to prevent E. coli on like wood cutting boards and stuff or something.
Well, that makes me especially not want to try it.
Well, just
Like,
that
hey, you can
it's
sanitize
that good
things with
for
this, or
you.
you can eat it.
Yeah, it's so good for everything.
Right. Oh man. But
It's
yeah,
like
it's a bullet
soy.
train.
It's the soy of yeah,
I
the
don't like well, soy sauce. I don't like soy sauce. It's too like
you don't like bug
not
juice.
sweet, but yeah,
My grandpa used to call it bug juice.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah,
Um,
it's a
let's
bullet
see.
train.
Oh, I did see Mean Girls, the new one and the
The
old one.
musical?
Yeah. I didn't
How
know it was
was
a
that?
musical. I was
Oh,
like, what is going
well,
on here?
how do you not know it's a musical?
I didn't
In
know.
the trailer, they're singing nonstop.
I don't watch some of these I
She
don't
sings
watch
that she's a
trailers
mean
like
girl.
Poor Things. I didn't watch the trailer
Mm,
to either. It was just
yeah,
nominated,
yeah. I watched the
which
trailer,
is
and
kind
that's
of
why
a
I didn't want
mistake.
to
I
see
should
it. So
watch the trailers.
yeah.
Hang on. What was who's the I gotta find out her name here. Hang on.
Whose name?
For the new Mean Girls movie.
Jenna Fisher. She's in it.
She
Tina Fey.
no. She who does she play? Gosh, where's the list of the
Are you
cast?
talking about Regina King? The girl who played? Nope, not Regina King, because that is uh, she's
She
a real
plays
person.
Janice. Uh,
Oh, I have no idea. Um,
Chloe Alil Cravalho. She has a really good voice.
hmm.
She made that movie extra special for me personally because like they open it with a song and I'm like, she's really good. Is this
Oh,
really her voice? I'm thinking the whole time. I'm like,
right.
is this dubbed? What happened? She is very good. Um,
Really.
yeah, I will look for her in the future more often too. So
Um,
hopefully
I
we see more
do.
of her.
Yeah, I do wanna watch that. So that's good to know.
She did uh, the Disney one with The Rock, Mo
Moana.
Moana. Yeah, that was her.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, then, yeah,
and Moana too.
which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, I know I missed something. Oh, here we go. Okay. I watched, I recently acquired the physical copy of Star Trek Into Darkness.
Okay. Had you seen it before? Is this a
Yes,
rewatch or first?
it's a
Okay. Okay.
rewatch,
Okay.
but oh, there's so many things. Okay. So I
So curious.
I watched Strange New Worlds, the new Star Trek,
Yep.
and then I watched Into Darkness because there's an episode in there where they refer to Khan, who is
Yeah.
from Wrath of Khan, the Star Trek 2.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, and obviously Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, so good.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
This I noticed between because I have Paramount Plus also, so I
Mm-hmm.
compared, did a
Okay.
little quick check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Disney and Paramount, there's something weird going on. So Christopher Nolan made The Dark Knight, and
Yes.
J.J. Abrams made Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yeah.
So Disney has taken to making their physical media a set aspect ratio. But in Disney Plus, you can watch the aspect ratios as they were originally intended by the filmmakers,
Okay.
like IMAX.
Yeah. Yep.
Nolan is very strict about his physical media and makes sure it is as intended in the physical
Mm-hmm.
media.
Yeah.
Like Oppenheimer, Dark
Yep.
Knight, you can
Yeah.
see the aspect ratio change. Or Interstellar, that's one of the big ones I
Yeah.
noticed.
Mm.
So I watched Into Darkness. There's an aspect ratio change between IMAX scenes and like normal
Huh.
scenes.
Interesting.
Paramount Plus, it is a set aspect ratio.
Really?
I am confused, Rahana.
That's so interesting.
They're like, we don't want to mess with it on streaming. You can do whatever you want on digital or your
Yeah.
physical media. And
Huh.
then over here, it's like Disney's like, no, we want physical media to all be the same, but
Yeah.
in Disney Plus, you can get the originals.
Really interesting.
I
Hmm.
the way in which the studios go about things is just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
And what they
Did it
do to
bother you?
mess, it does bother me.
Yeah.
The fact that like Marvel films aren't like, especially the Avengers, like Endgame and
Hmm.
all that, and Infinity War, they they don't have the aspect ratio change. It's like you have to stay
Yeah.
within the box, and then you miss
Yep.
part of like a shot where there's a hint or something about
Yeah.
something else, and it's just so annoying.
Hmm.
And that's just Disney. That's just like the way Disney is. Like, we only do it this way or that way,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't want to buy your physical media if that's the way it's going to be,
Hmm. Yeah.
But uh,
Mm.
I just want it the way it's intended to view if I'm going to buy it.
Right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you're spending that money on it,
Yeah.
like otherwise, why even bother intending for something to be shot a certain way if it's not going to be represented that way when people watch it,
And
you
that
know?
may have something to do with the filmmakers too, because
Yeah.
I don't know if the Russo brothers have much of a opinion on that or not,
Right.
or does Disney just have over casting control, basically?
They probably do, honestly.
Probably the latter, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
But that's my pet peeve. But I was
yeah.
impressed with Into Darkness, and
Yeah.
the whole time I'm seeing Captain Pike in this, I'm like, that's not
Yeah.
Captain Pike from the series. I'm like,
Nope.
because like Captain Pike in the series is like, this is like, this is like a daddy captain type of thing here. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, it's
Um,
very interesting to see the differences between the canons.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But
But that's
Star
what
Trek
makes
is
it
so
fun.
weird because it's like you have the movies, you have the
Yeah.
series, but they're the same characters, different people.
But
Unlike,
they're not, yeah,
yeah,
they don't like
unlike
coordinate
your
them.
Marvel universe, for
Yeah.
instance.
I'm sure they're not going to make another movie, but I want them to because I love the cast so much that they've put together.
Yeah, I don't think they
Sure,
are.
they're not going to. But
I
man, that
think
would
it'll
be
be a
awesome.
new one, a new set, because in Strange New Worlds, the new Spock is
Yeah.
played by Gregory Peck's grandson,
Oh,
Ethan
really?
Peck. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
So I was like, oh, I recognize that name.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Nice. Um,
So now you have something to
so
watch after the Oscars if you
yeah,
find something on the list that we talked about.
I will say there's a couple more that I watched that I recommend. No Hard Feelings, comedy. I had very low expectations. It was actually really funny. It was really good. With Jennifer Lawrence. Um, Jennifer, honestly, pretty much everything I had low expectations for, I actually enjoyed. Gran Turismo, I thought that was just going to be terrible. Not
Yeah.
bad. It's fairly good, like very watchable.
David Harbour, right?
David Harbour's fantastic.
Okay.
Army of the Dead with zombie movie, just like you saw one. Got
Batista?
like Dave Bautista and
Yeah.
yeah, all these. It's actually quite entertaining.
I do want to say Family Plan seemed like they filmed in the same like hotel,
Oh,
maybe,
interesting.
possibly in Vegas there.
Yeah.
Like one that they would demolish anyways, but
Yep.
it was just kind of like, is this feels similar to that. I was
Okay.
like, yeah, that gave me the feels, at least the
Interesting.
exterior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was actually pretty good. Extraction 2, very good. Just like
Mm.
the first one, super, super good. Um, I watched Miss Americana. Shocker? No.
You watched it?
I
Oh.
watched it. And it was fantastic, and it made me love Taylor Swift even more, if that's even possible.
Oh,
Um,
oh, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I was thinking something else.
oh no, not yet, but I'm going to.
Okay.
Um, we'll get to that in another episode. But yeah, Miss Americana, the documentary about Taylor Swift, that's on Netflix. I've been
Oh,
meaning to
right, yeah.
watch it. I
Hmm.
finally did. It was very, very good. If I feel like if anyone has really strong negative views or like does not like Taylor Swift and not for a specific reason, and I don't know what your specific reason would be, but I would recommend watching that. it's really insightful into her life, what she went through with like a lot of things. And like dealing with her mom going through cancer and like all this stuff. And it's so, so good. And I feel like that'll make people like kind of get to not get to know her better because none of us know her, but like just have more of an appreciation or less of a dislike for her. I thought it was wonderful. I want to watch it again. I love Taylor Swift. Very excited for her concert to come out on Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
Disney
And
Plus?
yeah, in a
Oh
week
shit.
for free.
We're never gonna get a physical media of this. God damn it.
Nope. But it's free and it includes 4 new acoustic songs. And so I'm just so excited. I'm gonna watch it repeatedly.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's the last of them. Oh, I
I was
watched The
wondering
Green
about that.
Knight finally.
That's on my list. Yes,
I had
A24.
Yeah, I had not seen it before. I thought it looked kind of weird.
Yeah,
Um,
it does look
and
weird. Is it all right? What?
it was actually pretty good. It was entertaining.
Okay.
Kept me intrigued. Um, Weird, but it was good. So anyway,
I think I missed.
those are all I have.
Oh, Beau is Afraid. I did watch that. Another A24 film, by the way.
That's Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange. Ari Aster also. So
Yeah.
Hereditary and Midsummer.
Okay.
Florence Pugh
Yeah.
film.
I love Florence Pugh. My God.
Let's see. I did watch Dead Poets Society again. That was kind of like holdover. Well, similar
Yeah.
feel with the whole school thing with holdovers.
A little bit, yeah.
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 Live Free or Die Hard.
I don't think I've seen that before.
That's 4. That's number 4. Yeah.
Okay.
When you get the Blu-ray set, you just have them all. So it's like,
Yeah. Why not?
yeah. And I just remember that's Justin Long. So yeah, it was like,
Oh, I think I have seen that one then. I
yeah.
don't remember it, but yeah, Justin Long.
I just love the little matted keyboard they flip out. It's like, oh, you can take your keyboard anywhere. You can just, put it on a
yeah, why not?
surface. And couldn't you do that with any keyboard? Well, not this one. It rolls up like a yoga mat. So,
So good.
I think that's everything. Let me quick check. More Star Trek.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's more. I'm not even sure. Like, there's absolutely more that I've watched this year.
Right.
But that's all I remember. And honestly, that's a
That's
long enough
enough.
list for this episode.
Listeners are like, that's enough.
Yeah, they're like, we get it, guys.
But the real ones are still here. So,
Yes. They're like, we get it. You watch TV too. But yeah. So if anybody's looking for movies and shows to watch outside of the Oscar stuff, I mean,
we
some of
get
it's
it. We
rewatched.
watch TV too. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, some ideas thrown out there. And honestly, if any of you guys have seen things recently, even if it's like older, like I just
Yeah.
watched Watchmen finally.
I just started The Wire. So, yeah.
I watched half of episode 1 of that, and I was like, I can't. It makes me sad because I love the cast. I was like, I just
It's
can't do it.
referred to so often, though. It
Yeah.
is worth watching, though.
And
So,
it's on like almost every list out there, reputable list, is like the best TV show that's ever been made.
mm,
And so I know that I have to give it another chance.
you do.
I will. But yeah, so even if it's, a rewatched or an old show or movie or something new, even Dune 2, if it's something that's in theaters right now, throw it in the comments or email us. Like, we'll bring it up on, a future episode, and we're always certainly up for new things to watch. Maybe I can give a rant or rave on it. Hopefully
Yeah.
not offend anyone. So
And then our Patreon is coming out here
yeah,
in a week. So
very excited.
get started there. And if we have enough people to get the Discord going, we'll start watch parties and lists and all sorts of things.
Should be very exciting. Got lots of things planned for it. So hope some people want to join. I don't know what the real term is, but the thing. And enjoy. So in the meantime, Thanks for sticking with us. I hope to hear from you about what you're watching, and we'll see you on the next one.